Hey everyone, I'm Alex. I'm finally back with a big update on a project that some of you might remember as a Farm Folks. Our game has evolved so much over time, and today I'm going to talk more about what you can expect in the near future, when we're planning to launch a Kickstarter campaign, when you can finally try out the game, spoiler alert, probably just a few months after Kickstarter, and of course the name change. Alright, let's get to it. Not too long ago, we dropped our very first gameplay trailer and it got featured on IGN YouTube channel. If you missed it, you can find the link in the description right there. Some of your responses were absolutely incredible. Tons of hilarious comments, excitement, and great feedback. Seriously, we love you guys so much for that. Thanks. After seeing how excited you all are about the project, we noticed one big thing. A lot of you wanted to know more details about the gameplay, the world, and where we're heading with all of it. So buckle up, we're going to talk about that. We're creating an open world multiplayer game with a survival element and automation, where farming is a central element but just part of much larger experience. You'll need to grow crops, ranch and nurture animals as you expect. You'll also need to automate mass production lines with our elegantly designed conveyor lines. It's an automation game where you not only produce hardware, but also organic and natural products. Everything from advanced motors and sweaters to our ketchup and always controversial pineapple pizzas. You'll explore a seamless living open world with dynamic weather and seasonal changes. Everything is in real time and without any loading screens or forced sleep mechanics. Who like those anyways? At night, for a thrill and challenge, you can choose to hunt ghosts alone or with your friends. Captured ghosts will help you generate important materials that will come in handy in our PvP and PvE modes, about which I'll talk a bit later in this video. Now let's talk about gameplay and lore. Without spoiling too much of the main story, one of your first big tasks will be to establish your own farm. You'll start small, tilling the soil, planting the seeds, and manually caring for each crop. Every plant in the game has unique needs and will actively check whether it's getting enough sunlight and water through the day. That means you'll want to plant crops outdoors or in the greenhouses where the sunlight can reach them. Technically, if you can't see the sun in the game, so can your plants. Alternatively, you actually can grow crops indoor without any windows at all, but you'll need to rely on the specially designed electrical lighting systems to keep them healthy and alive. Of course, farming isn't just about crops. Ranching plays a huge role too. You can capture and tame animals, each with unique needs. Some are herbivores, others are carnivores, so you'll need to carefully manage enclosures to avoid conflicts. Most animals produce multiple resources like milk, fur, manure, and they each need proper shelter, privacy, and space. Especially larger animals like horses can become stressed or sick without enough room in their enclosures. Beyond your farm, the world is packed with diverse biomes, each with its own animals, crops, and discoveries. Exploration is the key. Whether it's uncovering hidden spots, venturing into the caves, or stumbling upon unique locations, the more you explore, the more you'll be rewarded for your curiosity. Wildlife in the world isn't static. Some animals only appear under specific conditions. For example, certain species might only reveal themselves in the early morning during foggy weather, while others may only emerge at night or after rainfall. Observing the environment carefully will help you track down and tame rare species. As you progress, you'll gain the ability to automate farming using high-tech harvesters, watering towers, conveyor lines, and other cleverly engineered tools. This open world is also home to a diverse cast of characters, each with unique routines, personal struggles, and places of residence. Earn their trust, solve their problems, form friendships, and maybe even spark a romance. Your actions will shape the world around you. To help locals, you can set up the production chains and trading routes, supporting startups of struggling businesses of NPCs. You can also contribute to the town project, supplying construction materials, which cargo drones will deliver to those in need. But at night, something steers deep in the forest. Phantoms, ghostly entities from another time, appear only at dark, hunting the deepest woods before vanishing at the sunrise. You can team up with your friends to track, weaken, and capture them using specialized tools. Phantoms aren't mindless enemies. Some flee when pursued, others attack unpredictably, and some are drawn to technology, making each encounter unpredictable and intense. Capturing phantoms isn't just about survival. Their energy can fuel advanced machinery, enhance production, and may even hold answers to the strange disturbances affecting the time itself. But some phantoms can't be contained. Some are too powerful, too unstable. And truly to understand them, you'll have to do more than just hunt them. You'll need to travel beyond the present time in the game. You'll need to travel to the future of the world. As you can see, our game is not just about planting seeds and polishing eggplants. We've designed a living world with diverse weather conditions and no loading screens to break immersion. There's a breathing ecosystem here. The weather shifts seamlessly from clear skies to rain, fog, and even snow, all in real time. Nights blend into the morning, and you can watch the sunrise chase away the dark with no loading screens at all. And yes, we have no forced sleep mechanics. If you're a night owl, or just love stargazing or phantom hunting, you can stay up through the night without any random time skips, forcing you to go to bed. We want your adventure to flow naturally, and big part of that is letting you decide how you spend each hour in the game rather than hitting you with must sleep now roadblocks. Making your new home feel like a home is an easy task. That's why we're designing a super detailed construction system to unleash your creativity. You'll be able to build your living spaces with a huge range of materials, pushing flexibility to the new heights. Building almost anywhere in the world in any style you want. We're especially proud of dynamic window and door placement. Instead of preset pieces, you can place and resize window where you like. Doors work just as seamlessly. Drop one into a wall and an opening automatically appears for your character to walk through. It really feels like a magic. Every wall, window, roof, and piece of furniture can be customized with different materials, colors, and patterns. And yes, we've got the spiral staircase and color wheels, everything all together, and your creativity is the only limit here, and we can't wait to see what you'll build in the game. Interesting thing, we're also creating a system that recognizes how you arrange objects in your home, ensuring construction isn't just cosmetics. By placing key props and furniture elements in your home, your character can gain perks improvements like confidence or impression. Those perks will affect your interactions with NPCs in town. Now, let's talk about the competitive side of the game. First of all, don't panic. What's important to know is that we're designing the game to support different playstyles, letting you choose how you want to play. You can take a peaceful approach and not get bothered at all, or you can engage in multiplayer combat and encounter other hostile players and even hunt ghosts and their bosses with your friends. Alright, pay close attention to this. I think it's important and really cool. To enter our competitive extraction multiplayer mode, you and your friends will need to jump into the future of the world you've been building together. We call this process jumping to the finite, the end of the world. But here's where it gets really interesting. When you arrive, you won't just encounter other players, their custom gears, and their high-tech machinery, you'll also see the structures they've been building together in their own worlds, in their own games. And it's not just theirs, your own buildings will also migrate and move into this multiplayer space, meaning everyone's creation will shape the battlefield of the finite. You're stepping into the world shaped by actual players, filled with the structures they built together in their worlds. To survive, you'll need to outsmart both enemies and the environment itself. Every decision, what you bring, where you land, how you interact with the world, could mean the difference between the successful extraction or losing everything you came with. And if you think you can just run in and out, you'll have to think again. Let's address the elephant in the room, the game's new name. Since we started working on the project, it has evolved and developed so much that calling it Farm Folks just doesn't cut it anymore. Even our community agrees we need a better name or new name for the game, because our vision is something far beyond simple farming. We've been thinking a lot about what name truly captures the gameplay, themes, aesthetics, and attitude behind the project overall. Farm Folks began feeling limited and even misleading to newcomers. Sure, farming is still an important part of the game, as you can see, but the game has outgrown that name. I'm happy to say, actually, we found one. A name that not only fits what we're creating, but leaves plenty of room for imagination. It invites everyone to explore and learn more about the project. I think it's actually grounded, memorable, and maybe even a little bit wholesome. I'm excited to finally share it with you guys. From now on, we're going to call our game Autonomica. Personally, I love it. We went through so many ideas. Some were painfully generic, others tried way too hard to sound ambitious and grandiose. Plenty of beyond something, something of tomorrow, horizon this and that got tossed around, but none of them felt right. We needed something that captured both automation and organic nature of the game. Something that wasn't just flashy, but actually fit. And Autonomica just works. Auto in the name represents both automation and autonomy, two driving forces of the world we're creating, while Nomica suggests something bigger, an entire ecosystem designed to function seamlessly on its own. I also should add that naming a game in 2025 is challenging. Around 150 to 200 new applications hit Steam daily, locking down names at a lightning speed. Autonomica was one of the rare gems that felt right and was still available. The moment we heard it, we knew it was the one. Aesthetically, Autonomica will blend romantic nostalgia with retrofuturism, where warm analog tech, chubby clunky keyboards, and compact discs meet high-tech advances. It's a world where nature and technology coexist in harmony. Autonomica's soundtracks will follow these tones: slow ambient romantic synths for peaceful, cozy moments, heart-pumping, energetic beats for action, and eerie, otherworldly sounds for phantoms encounters. We'll be exploring the use of very unique instruments that create an ethereal, almost ghostly presence, adding to the atmosphere in unexpected ways. We're already working with some incredible talents, composers, and artists to bring Autonomica's world to life, and I can't wait to share their names with you guys soon. Alright, let's talk about the story of Farm Folks, the original Farm Folks. Here's a little bit backstory of that. Some of you might know there was another Farm Folks game developed by an Australian indie team called Overgrown. We originally planned to help that team publish that game upon its release. In June 2018, Overgrown launched their own Kickstarter campaign to raise funds to help them develop the game that they promised. Unfortunately, after several years, various hardships prevented the team from making the further progress, and the project was on the verge of closure. We saw the community's disappointment, and our team decided to step in to see if we could rescue the project and help continue its development. Investing our own money and efforts, we committed to fulfill original Kickstarter rewards promised by Overgrown Studios to their fans and backers. even though we never received any of the Kickstarter campaign funds at all. Once we received access to the FarmFox project in 2021, we began our evaluation. Unfortunately, we quickly realized there wasn't much to salvage. It was extremely primitive, incomplete, and riddled with bugs. The unfortunate fact was that there was nothing really to rescue or revive. So we made the tough decision to start over from scratch. We even changed the game engine, and it led us to where we are today with our new game. We wanted to take a moment and acknowledge that and thank the original FarmFox development team for their hard work and vision. Their efforts help us create the foundation that inspired us, and we're respected the passion they poured into the project. That said, moving forward, we're building something entirely new. As you can see, as we developed the new game, our vision expanded, ultimately leading us to where we are today. We believe that changing the name to Autonomica will help clear up confusion around the project for both old and new fans, so that it delivers the message about what game we're making better. Even though our game no longer has much in common with the original FarmFox, we still want to uphold our commitment to original Kickstarter backers. We'll do our best to match or exceed the reward values promised by Overgrown, and plan to make the original unfinished FarmFox available to everyone. There's not much, but you guys can have it. Game development is extremely challenging, guys, and no doubt you've seen broader gaming industry struggles of the last couple of years. It takes a great deal of time and resources to bring a quality game to the finish line. We've been in this industry for over 10 years now, and we're fully committed to Autonomica. We'll do everything possible to create a game that we believe you all will love. Alright, before we wrap up, I know many of you have been eagerly waiting for the news on the Kickstarter campaign for Autonomica. Ever since we started this project, so many of you have asked us if you could support us further and encouraged us to launch a crowdfunding campaign. Well, I'm thrilled to announce that we'll be launching our Kickstarter campaign, our very own one, on April 15th. As a small, fully independent team, the Kickstarter will allow us to bring even more creativity and details to Autonomica, adding assets and letting the community actively shape the development. By pledging, you'll not only gain access to early access through closed alphas, but you also score exclusive digital and physical goodies that won't be available anywhere else after Kickstarter. Please keep in mind that we're still prioritizing game development over Kickstarter campaign, and at times we can sleep a little bit with the dates, but we're committed to launch it on time, and I suspect that everything will go fine. We have over 10 years of game development and publishing experience, and we help successfully deliver over dozens of Kickstarter games on Steam actually today. Maybe more than any other team, maybe, I don't know. But we had a great success with all of that. Just a few months after successful Kickstarter campaign, alpha backers will get access to the game and start playing Autonomica, providing direct feedback and shaping the game together with us. We love open development cycles like that, and we know you'll enjoy being part of it as well. Guys, mark your calendars for April 15, subscribe to our news updates, and join our Discord to chat with fellow fans and our development team. We can't wait to show you more, and especially can't wait for you to play the game. To celebrate our name change and the Kickstarter announcement, we're going to give away 2 Steam Decks, the consoles, one on our X account and one on our Discord. Make sure to check links in the description. And if you guys can't be so kind, don't forget to wishlist Autonomica on Steam. And maybe like and comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got plenty of surprises up our sleeves, and we can't wait to share every step of the journey with you. You know we share a lot of updates on a daily basis, and we will continue doing so. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.